Namaste, welcome. Thank you for being with us. We're going to get started. So, as you settle in, I hope you have your mat and everything ready. So, make sure you have a couple of blankets, folded blankets. If you have one or two blocks, that's great. Take them with you. If you don't have them, take extra cushions or a book or something a bit solid, and take a belt. If you don't have a belt, take a scarf like this. It will work also. Okay. So when you feel ready, let's start with a comfortable seat. And I'm sitting cross-legged. You can also sit on a chair, or you can sit knees together if your hips are a bit challenged, and put a pillow or something underneath your hips. Okay. And softly close your eyes and just take a moment to place your hands on your torso. So one hand on your belly, one on your chest. And with your eyes closed, allow the breath to touch your hands. Just notice the flow of the breath and see whether you can guide the breath in a soft way. So today we're going to practice very gentle yoga with the quality of Vairagya, and Vairagya means non-attachment. So cultivate right now the softness with which you can touch the breath. So you're not getting attached to each breath, you simply allow it to move through you. You can place both hands in front of your heart. Keep the softness of your palms in your awareness, and again, non-attachment is kind of the key to a deep practice. See whether there's possibility for you to let your hands be 5% softer, to release your grip a little bit. Just with 5% or so. And today, as you join this gentle practice, place your intention. What's in your heart today? What brought you here? Bring your palms to your forehead just to honor your own intention. And back to your heart to connect to everyone's intention here around the class. And bow your head to your own heart. Good, and gently open your eyes. And so today we're going to work with the shoulders essentially. And so if you have any shoulder injury or shoulder complication, be aware of that part of your body as we move through. But to begin with, take one of your blankets or your blanket, and if you can, unfold it like so and place it on the floor and make a roll from so your roll is about the size of your mat on the width, and place your blanket towards where your chest would be if you would lay down. And if you have, like me, a bolster or a couple of cushions, you can place the bolster or the cushions in front of you, so it's going to support your thighs. And then place your butt on the mat, thighs onto the bolster. And then as you lean back, we're going to place the shoulder blades, the beginning of the shoulder blades, onto the cushion, onto the blanket. Good. And bring your arms to the side, head back. If your shoulders are really tight, and your head is hanging back, you're going to grab another blanket or cushion and place it under your head. Okay, it's just for comfort. So your head is not supposed to hang back. You want to be on the back of your head. So either use a blanket or the mat or a cushion to make that happen. And then as you are here, make sure your elbows are past the blanket, shoulders back, hands facing up, palms facing up. Close your eyes and allow your breath again to come. And now you're naturally opening your chest a little more. So just see whether you can allow that also. And breathe from your belly up to your chest. Notice the sensations coming with relaxation or with a gentle sense of letting go. And I always like to use imagery, and if you, like me and some many others, you have had some different worries and fears lately that's been on your mind, as you breathe in, create that space around that fear, and as you exhale, allow that fear to melt, to dissolve into space, into infinite space. You can do that a few times. Exhale, let the fear dissolve, melt into space. To simply notice, as we stay in that pose for a few breaths, each breath brings an increased sense of relaxation, of dropping. And we're going to take 5 breaths that are a bit deeper. When we're going to count 4 on inhale and 4 on exhale. So let's start together. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale on 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and 4 more. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. And take 2 more on your own. And very, very softly you can move fingers, and you can stretch your arms to the sides, like away from your chest. And if you had your thighs on a pillow, you can bring your feet on the pillow and roll it. And very softly roll onto your side here. Come back up to your hands. take a moment. You can roll your cushion to the side and unroll your blanket so you can come to all fours and place your knees on the blanket. And then grab your belt or your scarf and place your left foot forward, right knees on the blanket. Grab your strap, tuck your toes and place your hands arms straight. Grab the strap firmly with your hands. Arms forward, inhale, exhale, shoulders back. Simply do that. Inhale, hands forward like you reach out to grab something. Exhale, arms back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. And just do that a few more times with your breath, sensing that very subtle movement in your shoulders, shoulder blades, the sense of integrity of the arms together with the shoulder joint. Inhale. Okay, exhale, keep your arm bones back. And now reach your hands up to the sky. Press into your back toes, reach up. Open your hands a bit wider. And maybe drag your arms a little bit back softly. So watch out here, pull your belly in gently so you protect your back, your lower back. Arms back. Inhale and begin to twist towards your left knee. Hands wide. Push into the toes, chest up. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist again, same side. Inhale, center. Exhale and twist. Inhale and center. Good. Release your belt softly. Bring both hands up again. Interlace your fingers and now stretch your palms toward the ceiling as you press into your back toes. Bend your elbows slightly, shoulders back. Press into the toes, belly in, and lean your heart up, and very softly lean your shoulders back so your heart goes up a little bit. And then stretch your arms again. Inhale, exhale, and release. Interlace your fingers behind you, and one more moment here, shoulders back, heart up, and stretch. Try to pull the head of the arm bones back here, head back. And gently, okay, let go. Place your hands on inside of your foot, and if you do have your blocks, I encourage you to take them. If you don't have them, don't worry, or grab a pillow or something. Inhale and exhale here. Move your hips towards your right heel and spread your left toes up, chest forward. Inhale, bend your front knee, move your hips to the side and bow your heart forward, shoulders back. Inhale, arms straight, grab the blocks, left thigh, left leg straight. Inhale forward, but back and bow forward, bend your elbows. Inhale straight, exhale back. Inhale forward and down. So try to repeat that a few times. Inhale up, exhale back. As you stay really soft, so we engage, the legs are engaged, and we clear, but see whether there's a sense of Vairagya, non-attachment in your mind. Whether there's a soft attitude going into the pose, into the movements. Inhale and exhale, good. Okay, next time you're forward, pause here, just move the blocks ahead a little bit. Left knee back and right foot forward. Okay, grab your belt. Just gonna turn around. Oops. And bring your right foot forward. Grab your belt, elbows forward. Inhale, stretch, and exhale back. Stretch and back. So pull into the belt, inhale, so the arms engage, and exhale, pull the arm bones back. Try to curl the shoulder blades onto the back. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Bring your arms up to the sky. Open your arms a bit wider shoulders back, hands back gently, head back and up. Exhale, twist to the right now. Inhale, exhale and twist. Inhale, center, exhale and twist. Heads back, inhale, one more time, center, exhale, twist, shoulders back, head back, inhale, center, and exhale. Great, release. Hands to the sky. Interlace your fingers, reach up, press into the earth. Head back, now bend your elbows, bring the head of the arm bones back, so the top of your arm goes back in the shoulder, and then the elbows go back slightly, belly in, hands up. The elbows bend will help you keep more awareness and strengthen your shoulders, and then maybe begin to stretch your arms. Head back, so it's pretty intense for the shoulders, so don't go all the way. And exhale, release, fingertips behind you, interlace your fingers, shoulders back, heart up. Inhale, and exhale. Okay, great. And then, okay, softly release, grab your blocks or your cushion, bring the hands inside of your right foot. Exhale, right leg straight. Inhale, forward. Now lean your heart forward, bend your elbows towards your hips as your heart goes forward. Inhale, up, arm straight. Exhale, right leg straight. And we're going to move like this. Inhale, exhale, a couple of times. Let your breath be at its natural pace, more mindful pace. Broaden your sit bones. So the legs are engaged, my toes are spread as you can see, and it's more for us to be safe in the joints. So when we're safe in the joints, the muscles and the tissues can broaden, and that brings a relaxation in the nervous system. So basically, in other words, safety in the joints allows a sense of surrender and ease in the mind, in the nervous system. Inhale and center, good. So if you have your blocks, keep them under your hands and make your way forward towards a forward bend. But keep your hand on the blocks here so you're a bit higher. Bend your knees, move your thighs back, walk your hands forward and then just a little bit, and then bend your elbows to the side as you bow your heart towards your knees. So it's really not important here to touch the floor or anything. So bend your knees and reach your thighs up, your sit bones, sorry, the top of your thighs up. Elbows back, and gently draw the shoulder blades onto the back here, so a bit more active. And now draw the elbows a bit away from your knees. Inhale, forward. Exhale and bow. Bend your knees here, and either with or without the belt. I'm going to do it with the belt. And you can grab the belt and reach your hands up to the sky. Shoulders back. You can do that without the belt also if that's possible for you. Press the inside of the feet and rotate the thighs in and back and wide, so you actively create space between the inner thighs. And then release the neck, the head. Exhale. Let any unnecessary tension go with your out breath. And exhale softly. Release, hands to your hips and go up here. Take a moment. As you stand up, bring your arms up toward the ceiling and bend your elbows to the side. Okay, so cactus arm, we call that. So elbows as high as my shoulder. And close your eyes, bring your shoulder blades onto the back a little bit. And just feel the shoulder blades hugging into the back. So spread your fingers like you could grab a bar or something with the hands, so that's pretty strong. And at the same time, see whether you can relax your neck a little bit. Like, have the sense you can relax your skin onto your face. Inhale and draw the sternum, your chest bone, bone up toward the ceiling softly. Ribs in. Lean gently back with the head very softly. And release. Okay. Let's go to the wall. So take your phone or your computer with you if you don't have the wall right where you are, but try to find a space where that's about, I don't know, bit more than 1 meter space, probably 120 or something like that. And then let's do different things at the wall. So I'm going to just move that. So walking with the shoulders again. First, place your hands on the wall and walk your hands, I would say, to the height of your shoulders. So notice I'm a bit away from the wall, so I'm about 1 arm length from the wall right now. And I'm actually going to keep stepping back until my torso is inclined and my torso is in prolongation of my arms here. I look down at the floor, but now don't hang out here with the shoulders. From your heart, press into the wall. Spread your fingers so the hands are pretty strong, and lift the inner armpit like you want a dome, then like create a hole underneath. And then soften the space between your shoulder blades. So I know there's many cues here, but basically the key is not to collapse. Lift your armpits and shoulders a little bit, and then as you exhale, soften the space between your shoulder blades. Just tuck your belly in a little bit. Exhale. Reach into the wall from your heart. Inhale, and exhale, reach from your heart through your hips back. Okay, and we're going to continue here by bringing the hands lower. So now they're kind of just above the hips, a little bit higher than the hip. Spread your fingers and heart toward the floor. So now again, if you're flexible in your shoulders, you can look at the screen right now. I want you to be aware not to push your heart down, because that's actually potentially hurting the shoulders. So lift your shoulders a little bit up, and then press the index finger knuckle and the top of the index finger into the mat and into the wall, and leave the inner armpit up and out to the side, and then melt the upper back. So we're going to review that a few times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, look forward and step toward the wall. So basically what I'm talking about is an external rotation of the arms, but only in the upper arm. So that's really creating a lot of space in the shoulders that we're working with today. So let's try that. Place your left hand at the wall, and your body is about 1 arm length away from the wall. Now spread your fingers and press into the wall here, and now try to externally rotate. So internal rotation will bring the head of the arm bone forward. External rotation will bring it back. And then hug your left shoulder blade onto your back. You can do that on your right arm also. And from your heart, press into the wall, head up. Breathe here. It's pretty intense, so the more you close the hand into the wall, the more intense the stretch is going to get into a stretch of the muscles and tissues around the nerve in the arm. So it's not a big deal, but it's it can feel really releasing and calming. And then begin to move your feet a bit away from the wall. Keep your feet parallel. And now from your heart, press into the wall. Head up. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Okay, and one more thing. Release. Step a bit closer to the wall. About, 50 centimeters or so. And then turn your left palm up, but reach it back. And imagine you're holding a tray or something onto your left hand, a nice pizza. And open your fingertips, open your fingers, and press your little finger into the wall. Now take a deep inhale, left shoulder back, externally rotate your left arm. It's already externally rotated, but try to keep that. Butt back, belly in, and now from your heart, press into the wall, press into the little finger. Keep your fingers spread so the left hand is quite active. Stay here, head back gently, and maybe twist by turning your feet out into the room. You don't have to, it's just an option. If you want to go a little deeper, if that's accessible to you, take a deep inhale. And again, remember this idea of surrender into the stretch without losing the strength. That's a subtle action. Inhale. Exhale. I notice how your breath can allow you to be in the intense stretch. Remember, it should never hurt. So if that's too much, you step out. And exhale, release. So it's a nice stretch for the shoulder. Okay, other side. So I'm going to go there so you can better see what I do. So just stay on the same wall. And then right hand at the wall, feet parallel. Spread your fingers on the wall and then press into the wall. Bend your right knee, right elbow a little bit, and externally rotate your right upper arm and left if you want. From your heart, press into the wall, head up. Stay here or begin to turn a little bit away. Keep reaching the right shoulder blade back. That's where the intensity probably is going to be felt. Inhale and keep reaching out into the wall. If that's a bit intense and still, it's not hurting, you can place one hand on your heart just to help you soothe any intensity here, head up. And exhale. Step out. Turn your right palm facing up. Place it facing up, the little finger at the wall. Again, stay maybe half a meter away from the wall, and then press into the wall. Right shoulder back, left shoulder back, top of the head up. Inhale, butt back, belly in, and gently push into the wall. Eventually, maybe you turn to the side, top of the head up. Inhale, exhale. Reach out from your heart into the wall, and then take a couple of more breaths here. Not attached to whatever the mind is clinging into. Great. And release. Couple of more things at the wall. Now, we're going to place the hands together like this at the wall, elbows at the wall. And keep the external rotation of the shoulders going. So it's basically where we were before. Elbows to the height of your shoulders, feet back, press the elbows toward the wall, externally rotate your upper arms, and melt the upper back here. So some more intense for some of us. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Okay, stay here. Take a few more breaths, bringing your elbows lower down, more in line with your hips. Inhale, press into the wall. Externally rotate your upper arms, and exhale. Keep pressing the wrist into the wall. And allow your out breath, your exhale, to really be released each time, non-attached. Open to a new cycle of breath, a new cycle in life as we are preparing right now, coming out of the self-isolation. And inhale, gently step out. Okay, that's probably going to think of me tomorrow when you're going to feel the stretch in your shoulders also. Come back to your mat and okay, just take a moment down, we're going to settle in into the next poses, restorative poses. So it's a pose I often go back to, but I really like it. I think it's very soothing. Supta Baddha Konasana. You're going to grab your block, or it's going to work with a cushion, and your bolster. If you don't have a bolster, grab a couple of pillows and then wrap a blanket around them, so you can have something that kind of looks like a bolster. And the idea is to have the bolster diagonally, as you can see here. Grab, if your shoulders are really tight and you have, it's difficult for you to get your shoulders back, you're going to take one of your blankets and place it toward the top. And you can always try that even though you don't have specific shoulder issues. And then, actually, let's grab the belt. If you do have a yoga strap or kind of a belt, it needs to be long. So like a normal belt might be a bit too little. Make a loop and place that loop inside. Again, if you can reach, if you have a long scarf, you can grab it. Sit in front of the bolster. Bend your knees and place your feet together, and now place your belt around your feet. And the nice thing about the belt or the scarf is that it's possible to tighten it. So make it tight so you feel supported. And if that's really tight for your hips and you're like, well, I don't want to stay there, you're going to place a couple of pillows underneath your thighs like this. So it's going to support you, okay? Okay, I'm just going to take a few more layers here. Feel free to do the same. And then lean back, head onto the pillow, onto the extra blanket, and take a moment here to adjust. Maybe tighten your belt a little more. Take a few breaths to simply arrive and allow yourself to be there. And restorative poses are really sweet to work with because they work in stages. So that's why you want to maintain them for a few minutes. Different effects happen at different times. So let yourself settle in, and it will take a minute or so to adjust, so your thighs can adjust to the pose. Feel free at any time to make adjustments or to come out if that's too intense in some way. With your eyes closed, simply, you can keep your eyes open, of course, also. See whether you can allow the breath to flow and simply notice the breath moving in and out. As you inhale, there's a gentle uplifting, a gentle sense of like the energy moving up from the belly up to your chest. And as you exhale, relax into the support behind you. Let yourself take the support in. Inhale, upwards, uplifting. Exhale, lean back, head back. Inhale. And exhale back. Support on your back. and the thoughts will arise and will take up space in your mind. When that happens, simply return to the soft movement of the breath. Inhale upwards, uplifting energy. Exhale and backwards into the back. The practice of meditation also, Vairagya, non-attachment, is really the key to the attainment of a deeper meditative space, a space of really freedom from the stories, from the so-called alteration of the mind. So we can cultivate that freedom so we don't get stuck into our own thoughts and the suffering that those thoughts can bring. Inhale from the belly up to the chest, exhale onto the back. And very softly reconnect to the space of your shoulders and your arms up to your fingers, and begin to move your fingers. Move your wrists, stretch. And softly bring your palms under your knees and lift your knees towards each other, and remove the belt from remove your feet from the belt. Okay. You can just let the belt be here for a moment. We're going to do another restorative pose with the belt. And for this pose, we're going to pull the bolster towards us a little bit, toward the middle. Remove the block that's underneath or the cushion. Okay. And make sure that you have some space at the top of your mat after the bolster. And into that space, the blanket, one of your blankets, you're going to grab it and place it after the bolster on the mat. So the back of the head is going to come here in a moment. Now, so make sure you have some distance here. So it's so you can understand why in a moment. So just the back of the head is going to be there. Then step or sit on the bolster at the beginning, toward the middle of the mat. And the belt or the scarf, you're going to make a tighter loop, so it's about hip distance. And then place your block or a cushion, or actually it can be a block and a blanket. It's a bit more comfy. So make it a bit, and we're going to walk the feet, so the feet are going to be elevated. And I'm going to lean back onto the bolster. But before you lean back, just look up here. I want your shoulders to be in the air, so not on the bolster, not on the floor, but kind of in between. So the shoulder blades are at the tip of the bolster. Shoulder blades at the tip of the bolster. And the back of the head, open the arms like we had in the beginning of the class, cactus arms, back of the head onto the blanket. So for some of us, that might be very high. So we may be able to fold the blanket a couple of times. And that's kind of nice. But some of us, we might actually not need the blanket at all. So depending on your equipment and on your body, so that the adjustment you can do, bring the head a bit higher if you need to or not. And then the legs are nicely held here. So just relax your feet for a moment and your legs when you feel contained by the belt or the scarf. And breathe right here. Back of the head lands onto the ground. Get another kind of stretch for the shoulder, for the chest. And the gentle pressure of the back of the head onto the blanket or the mat here is really soothing for the nervous system. So I notice for myself that if I breathe here toward the back of my head into a pose where my head is like this, it's easier to let go and to not be attached to worries and limiting thoughts, the thoughts thinking that I need to do more, or I should be worried about that, or what will happen if I do this, and all that. So exhale into the back of your head here and simply allow your brain to rest into the support underneath it. Inhale into your head. Exhale and soften the space inside of the head. So going more subtle now, inside of the head. Take a moment to really feel the energy around the middle of the head, the quality, literally the energy. Sensations around the upper palate, the soft palate in the middle of the head, behind the eyebrows. And exhale like you could exhale into that space. Do that a few times. Notice also as you soften the middle of the head, how the belly also here is stretched and softens in a way. And the thoughts will arise. See whether you can let each thought go. And softly, I'm going to transition here and to move out of the pose. Simply bend one knee at a time to come out of the blanket, of the strap. And then bend your knees and simply roll to the side of your bolster, softly and mindfully. Keep your eyes closed as you come up sitting, and it's really nice just to respect the effect of the pose, keeping the eyes closed as you come up. You might feel a little bit dizzy because of rising up. So you went pretty deep, so take a moment to digest. Okay, let's go into a restorative shavasana. You can simply remove the belt to the side. Okay. So, place your bolster so that it can support your thighs in a moment, so you can roll it to the side. And sit in front of the bolster again. Now, one of your blankets can be kind of that size, and it's going to kind of go under the natural arch of the lower back. So I like to keep the folded side towards the hips, and for some of us we may have to fold it, so because it's not a very big arch, probably this is going to work for most of us, like one more than one I showed before. Now it's really nice to have a support under your head right here also, and make sure you stay warm, so socks, extra blankets, extra sweater or something. Just gonna take all my layers. And then lean gently back. Here, let the blanket support you on the lower back. It's very nice and supportive. And then head back, hands to the side. Mountain brook pose. Head back and simply breathe here and close your eyes. If you have an eye pillow, you can put it on your eyes, or simply stay where you are. And take a few breaths. And now imagine as you inhale that you can reach your feet. And as you exhale, the whole body from the heels down to the head sink down. Inhale towards your feet. Exhale, your whole body sink down. Just do that a few more times. And gradually, as you exhale, let your heels, left and right, be heavy. Relax your toes and let go of any tension in the toes. Inhale into the sole of your feet and let go of all tensions in the sole of the feet. Inhale into your ankles, your thighs, and exhale, release the weight of your left leg. Inhale your whole left leg, feel all the sensations. And exhale, release the left leg completely. Inhale your right shin, your right thigh. Exhale and release the whole right leg. Inhale and feel the whole right leg. And exhale, relax the whole right leg. Just feel both legs now. And exhale, let both legs be heavy and sink deep into the mat. Inhale to your hips. Just begin to open to the left side of the hip, the right side, the middle of the pelvis, the sexual organs, and exhale, release all the organs, all the components of the hips right here. Inhale, your belly. Exhale, soften your belly. Inhale, notice your ribs, your chest, and exhale and allow your ribs and your chest to soften. Inhale your whole left arm, upper arm, lower arm, hand, fingers, and exhale, release your whole left arm down, heavy. All the left fingers, release any tension. Just notice the difference for a moment between your left and your right arm. Inhale into your right upper arm, your right forearm. Exhale and release your whole arm on the right, down in the ground. Inhale and feel into your right fingers. Exhale and release the right fingers down, completely soft. Inhale and feel your throat, sensations, qualities and taste of the throat and mouth. And exhale, release the throat and mouth completely. Inhale into the jaws and exhale, release the jaws, the eyes, the forehead, the middle of the head. Soften the skull really, the skin in your head, under your hair. And notice now your whole head is completely relaxed. Your whole body is completely open to the space around you, underneath you. Completely soft in the space inside of you. allow yourself to be there for a couple of more minutes, aware of the relaxed state right now, of the state where even if it's only 1 second, there's a possibility to detach from worries, from any constructs of the mind. Softly you can deepen your breath and make your way slowly stretching and transitioning. You can roll onto your right side very softly and keep your eyes closed again as you rise up. Take a comfortable seat just for a moment. Keep your eyes closed and bring one hand on your chest, one on your belly. I don't know, a lot of us have missed hugging with our friends. We've been forced to detach from a lot of things we like, going out to restaurants and coming together, practice yoga in the room and celebrating dinner parties. Take a moment simply to let the softness of your hands touch you deeply. Bring your palms together and just take a moment here in silence. And let me just read a few lines from a translated sutra from the Vairagya sutras. Beloved soulmate, find the space in the center, the pulsing spaciousness encompassing all opposites. Here the essence of creation are at play. Earth, water, fire, air, and space, and the senses that perceive them. The center is the dancing ground. With your palms together, gather yourself into that inner space, your center, where all creation is possible, detached from any limitations. That's not true. Inhale and exhale, gently bow your head to your own heart. Thanks so much for your gentle practice today. It's really lovely to connect with you. Write any comments, any questions you might have right here to my email or to Anya's email. And I really look forward to seeing you soon. There's more gentle classes on the YouTube channel of Pakus Yoga, so check that out and contact Anya or me if you have any questions about that. Have a lovely day. Namaste.